A man shot by an Alexandria Police Department officer on Thanksgiving Day after trying to choke the officer with his own baton has pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity to a charge of attempted first-degree murder of a police officer. A pretrial for 35-year-old Jason Jamar Shackleford is now set for July 19th. Shackleford was shot and wounded by the officer while he was trying to make an arrest. Louisiana State Police, who investigated the incident, said APD got a call about a man running into traffic on Rapides Avenue. When the officer came in contact with Shackleford, Shackleford allegedly initiated a lengthy physical altercation and got control of the officer's baton and began choking him from behind. That's when the officer shot him. Last week, District Attorney Philip Terrell announced the office would not be prosecuting the officer. Shackleford is represented by Christopher LaCour. Assistant District Attorney Kelvin Sanders is prosecuting, and the case is assigned to Judge Mary Doggett.